Hello and welcome to Helen's Log. It is the final episode of season 1. Yeah, I'm a podcaster that does seasons now. I take breaks. I'm gonna have a summer holiday. I'm gonna do crazy things this summer. I'm going on camp. I'm gonna learn to drive and I'm gonna get fucking fingered. Play the theme tune.
Welcome to Helen's Log. Log as in a diary, not Helen's log as in a tree that has been cut. Oh no. Or a toilet or a flume. Double no. Log as in a synonym for diary. It's Helen's log. Trust her, she knows it's Helen's log. The diary. It's a weekly diary podcast and it is called Helen's Log.
I literally was saying that as a joke, like trying to find a rule of 3, and then immediately was like, that actually is my summer.
Yeah, and that sounds like the best summer ever. You're going through puberty.
I don't want to make a big deal out of this because I know it's not about me right now because we've got a guest coming in, Nish Kumar, but also it is sort of like my last episode of this series. Also, it's called Helen's Log. You know what? Fuck Nish, and thank you for coming in advance, but like whatever right now. I am literally entering the summer of my life. Granted, I'm 35, yeah, well done, we all figured that out. But I'm learning to drive, which is going to be the most magical thing and feels very 17. And yeah, of course, I'm going to hopefully get a car that only has a CD player or one of, oh my God, the cassette player cars where you could put a wire into the cassette and attach it to an iPod. That was a freaking moment.
Can you get Brum? Do you remember Brum?
Yeah, obviously I remember Brum. Do not insult me that way. Brum, the sweetest little car driving around going on adventures. Yeah. Where's his driver? Doesn't matter. The original Waymo. Brum. You know, I saw 2 Waymos in central London last week. Isn't that crazy? They had someone in them and they were clearly being tested, but I was like, it's happening. AI is taking over and it is fucking scary. It is getting creepy.
Oh no, I can't talk about AI. It scares me too much.
You know what? All I will say is I wish I paid more attention at the beginning. I wish I'd paid more attention at the beginning. I did not pay attention and now I'm like, dang, it is everywhere. And you know what I am ashamed of? My mum, back in the day when they first introduced self-scanners in Fleet in Hampshire, she was like, I will never use a self-scan machine because it's taking a job away from a person. Also, I don't know them. I don't trust it. And now she has no choice but to use them. Do you know why? Because people like me were excited to use them. But people, Zofia, is that funny to you? Yeah. Is that funny as a Gen Z person that I was excited to use a self-scan machine for the first time? Yeah. Come on, that can't be just a me thing. The first time you get to scan your own barcode. Because they arrived when I was like 14, so before I had the option to work somewhere with a scanner. And don't think I didn't enjoy it when I worked in retail, scanning stuff. Oof. Holy, having my till and balancing my till at the end of the night. I know how to fucking live. Forget all of that though. Shut up, listener. Because I'm, okay, learning to drive. Obviously, having a break from podcasting, which we still don't know how I'm going to deal with because I'm saying it in a very easy breezy, I'm chill about it way, but I've not had a podcast every single week for like 5 years. So there's a chance I implode, but we see what happens with that. Okay, I'm also going to go on like holiday with my friends in a very like camp-like way. Well,
where do you want to go?
We're going to Seville, but I'm also penciled to do some work, so I might not be able to go. And I know I said this was my summer of not doing work, but it's the same job, but they might have to move the date.
Yeah, fine. That doesn't count. Fine. That doesn't count.
But if not, I'll go on another holiday.
Yeah, obviously.
My brother's getting married now in like a couple of months. Yay! I'm gonna have
in a couple of months.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a sister-in-law.
What? That's fast. When?
Yeah, because the Bowers are mental. I'm sick of defending them.
But that's so much fun. We're
going for August. Nice and quick.
Is it going to be a small wedding?
I don't know. I responded to the message of like, these are some options. And it was like a doodle, like a family doodle. But my sister doesn't want to go. So I'm going to have to find a way to convince her that she should go to her brother's wedding. Yes, Sophia?
What's a family doodle?
A family doodle. You don't know what a doodle is? A doodle is like a website where you send it around to people and they put which dates and times they're available for a wedding. And then they just sort of pick the one that works for the most people. Hello?
No, I've used Doodle before.
Yeah. Maybe it's an autistic family.
Not for a long time now. Now we just do like WhatsApp poll.
Okay, our family still doodles. Our family doodles.
It's basically like a poll, but
Is
not
it AI? Oh no.
No,
Is
it's
it
not
AI?
AI.
Oh fuck.
It's not AI.
Thanks, Sophia. Now I realise my family do AI. But and wait for this. I'm gonna get fucking fingered.
Great.
That's also gonna happen
At your brother's
this summer.
wedding?
Yeah, obviously, ideally at a small family wedding, I'm going to get fingered to fuck. That's the absolute dream. Could you imagine? You know, I've once had a family wedding before and my aunt tried to set me up with my cousin.
No.
Yeah, she was just sort of like, come on, guys, it's not happening. Like, you're 1 year apart. He now lives around the corner from me and has a baby. And I'm like, yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to the baby.
But
you're
also,
really
you
cute.
are so related to your first cousin. Like, genetically, you're
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Holly, to be clear, I didn't do nothing.
No, I know. I'm just saying it was crazy.
I had a look.
Crazy of your aunt.
Yeah, I had a look. Did I ever think? Yeah, man, that phase of life. Did I do it? No. And I want that on fucking record that I didn't. But that's what I'm going to do. And I already started all of this, even though obviously we're recording the last episode now, but like it feels like summertime is starting. So I went on a date on Saturday night, obviously too embarrassed to say it right here, but I'll say everything in the extras. Oh, also on the Patreon, for anyone wondering, we I don't want to take it down if people want to listen to stuff still, but I don't want to charge you, obviously, when I'm not releasing new stuff. So I think, and you guys can like write to me on Patreon if this is wrong, I think the best thing to do is leave it open for 1 month from the last episode and then pause the Patreon. So like if you're behind, don't worry, it'll still be there for another 4 weeks. And then I don't know why that made me like lisp.
Yeah.
I was like, weeks? Is that okay? But I think that might be the best way to do it. And then when it's paused, like no one can be charged either way.
Yeah. But we'll figure it out and we'll write everything on the Patreon.
We'll
for
write
you.
everything on the Patreon. But as of right now, if you wanted to do a full listen back and join it, that is available. And we won't just take it down without communicating that with you on the Patreon. But also, fair play to you if you're like, I'm leaving the Patreon. Do you know what I mean? Because it's your summer as well. And maybe you want to put that money into getting fingered, in which case, fair play. Because I'm going to go on dates. I nearly downloaded a dating app again yesterday.
Oh, which one?
I didn't in the end. I was going to do Hinge.
Yeah, that's the classy one.
Of course, it has to be Hinge again.
Apparently Field is great.
This is the thing. I was so horny this weekend. But like, in general, like, no. Look how nervous I get even discussing going on field, even though it's a fun thing. Like, It makes me so nervous.
And also, like, so many people are on it.
Right? My cousins, for heaven's sake. Is this going to be the theme of the episode?
Cousins.
Me being 17 and sleeping with my cousins.
Yeah, the same cousin that you got with at that wedding.
No, not the same cousin I got with at no wedding. I did not get with a cousin at a wedding. I did not. I wonder if my cousins are invited to this family wedding in August.
Well, this is a way for them not to find out.
This is the way they're literally... And I know my cousins listen because I got a text from my cousin Sophie the other week saying, me and Sylvie will come to the zoo with you, with Alice. We'll come along. And I'm like, great. Now I've got a full gang. And then Marianne will be pissed off if I go without her, but then she doesn't want to hang out with anyone else. You know what? Families are fucked. And I cannot believe I'm taking a summer to reconnect with them. Guess what I'm also going to do this summer? This is not very 17 of me. I'm going to do a tour of the babies. Hello?
Oh, well done.
I'm going to do a baby tour. I'm going to go hang out with all the babies I haven't hung out with yet. Some I've never met. A couple of like...
I need to do that as well, to be honest. They're all popping out.
And it's beautiful. And then I always think like, oh, I'll make it out to Berkshire to see Babby. Or like, and now it's been like, now Babby's like 3 years old and has a little sister or whatever. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm not there, but I'm also not there for my friend. Like, actually, fuck the babies. You know what I mean?
And actually, yeah, I know it's going to come back to bite me in the arse if I ever have a baby. Because I'll be like, please, everyone, come and visit me. Help. And then I'll remember the time when I was like, okay, bye. See you when they're 18.
So I'm like, I need to do like a little tour of that. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm gonna
I'm excited for you.
I went swimming last night, and
it shows. It shows. You're
Does it?
glowing. You're glowing.
I you know what?
Your hair does look amazing.
That's crazy. You
It
both
looks
said
really.
that.
Maybe it's the top making it look extra blonde because it makes it look a silvery blonde.
I'm practicing having a flick at the bottom of my hair.
Yeah, it's working
because
for you.
I've got a screening where I think there's I was told to make a physical effort
Legally
with myself for Legally Blonde for what's it called? Make That Movie. That's terrible. Does that come out this week as well?
I think so.
I should plug that. You guys, I want to do a proper plug for this. Oh my God, the last episode comes out because Make That Movie we've got on Thursday. Okay, holy fuck. Thursday, the 28th of May is the release of Make That Movie. And you guys have got to fucking watch it. This is the sitcom I did last summer, and it's Sam Campbell's sitcom, and it's got everyone in. It's so good. It's so good. It's got all the cool people in it, and then we make a movie each week, and the advert's already out, and people seem to like it. But if you don't watch it, then we don't get to keep making cool stuff like this. So basically, what we're saying is pretty please watch it and enjoy. And if you see stuff on social media pop out about it, please engage with it. That's your project for this summer. Okay, I'm actually the coolest 17-year-old now. I'm a 17-year-old that's in a sitcom.
I mean, that's very, very, very
Oh
cool.
my God, slay for me. This is all fucking perfect. Please watch Make That Movie and engage with it. You know what? There's so much good TV at the moment. I know I should just plug that, but there's so much else going on.
No, you have to just plug that.
But Death Valley is on BBC, and I think that's very sweet and fun as
Oh,
well.
I love, and Gwyneth is so good in
Gwyneth's
it.
so good in it. Okay, also watch Death Valley. Also, one more thing. I've been watching the last season of Hacks, and I think it's one of the most perfect things on TV of all
I've
time.
not watched it yet.
Oh my God. It is so good. I've already watched a couple of the episodes twice, which I think says a fucking lot.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm actually going to set an alarm to watch it tonight.
Reminds me a lot of some conversations I've been having with my friends, which is so weird to say, but like it is. And then also, I've been watching Race Across the World on BBC iPlayer. And can I just do a shout out to Race Across the World on BBC iPlayer? You guys should watch Race Across the World on BBC iPlayer. I love TV so much this last week. Like, I could not. Yesterday, I watched 4 episodes of The Simpsons first thing in the morning. Granted, I got like sexually rejected on Saturday night, but like I had to watch 4 episodes, including Flaming Moe's. Yeah, she went classic. What's the secret ingredient? Spoiler alert: crusty, apologies, crusty cough syrup. You know what? Let's bring on Nish. That's what I'm going to be doing. Thank you so much for listening. If you have listened to the whole of the season, please stay subscribed on all the podcast apps. Please, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel right now and give it a like. And then as soon as we come back, it'll pop up for you and you'll be able to see it. But we're going to be back this year and we cannot wait to see you there. But please keep leaving comments and everything so it doesn't get completely lost in the algorithm. That would mean so much. Thank you. Good night. God bless. JK, it's Nish Kumar.
Helen's log.
You got a tattoo just to find out what it was like to have a tattoo.
Yeah. I just need to know.
You're a fascinating specimen.
I know. I think it's just like old school self-harm. I think I have old school self-harm disorder. But do you know what I mean? So like if someone goes like, oh, this is really painful, I'm like, I need to like, right, okay, here's a great example. Do you remember that amazing 2-year period in the noughties where every board game stopped having dice and started being mild electric shocks?
No.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, so it's when board games...
when I was growing up, the board games I played... Have we started the podcast?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Wait, have we? We have, yeah. Hopefully we started on us talking about waxing. Nish is here and he's got a ginger beer from our friend Kendall downstairs and he held hands with her. Well, I made them hold hands. Just to defend.
Yes, I would love a clarification to be issued there. I bought this ginger beer off Kendall, who runs the shop downstairs.
Shout out to Kendall.
And we had a perfectly normal interaction. I put my ginger beer down. She told me the price. I paid it.
That's normal.
By card. Very normal. Mm-hmm. Then you came downstairs waving at me. Unfortunately, I was at that exact moment looking at my phone.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, the reason I was looking at my phone was I suddenly had this horrible thing of, am I in the complete wrong place?
No, you're in the right place. I was just still recording the list of loggers.
And so then you were waving at me, but I didn't see you. But then Kendall thought you were waving at her.
I kind of was waving at both of you, maybe in a way.
And then she felt embarrassed. And to offset her embarrassment, you held one of her hands and then made me hold her other hand.
in a star.
Yeah, it's the shortest time between me buying something from someone. It's the first time I've held someone's hand and not known their name. Is that normal? I think that's fine.
I like holding hands, I think, a lot. I think it's a special moment of connection for people.
I mean, listen, I'd love to know a person's name if I've got their hand in my hand. I'd love that. I'd love that.
I mean, in an ideal world, yes, but do you know the doctor's
We don't
first
live in
name
an
when they
ideal
put their
world.
finger up? Yeah, exactly. So, you know your doctor's first name before he puts his finger up your arsehole? I fucking doubt it. He's Mr. something.
Yeah.
Or Mrs. Hopefully not, though.
If
But
they're putting
you
their
never
finger,
know.
if the finger's going up the arsehole, and I hope they're not Mr. or Mrs. I hope they're Doctor. If there's someone you call Mr. or Mrs. and they've had their finger up your arsehole, that's not a doctor. That's the Mr. and Mrs. The only time
You're so right.
It's only surgeons that don't have doctor. So surgeons are called Mr. or Mrs.
Why?
Because surgeons historically weren't actually medical professionals. They were like butchers, because those were the people that actually knew how to cut flesh. And so that the last vestige of that sort of weird arcane system is that surgeons in the United Kingdom are referred to as Mr. or Mrs. and not doctor. So you do medical school, but then when you qualify as a surgeon, you become Mr. or Mrs.
1 second.
Yeah.
They were butchers.
I'd love a fact check on that.
I would love.
But I'm pretty sure that's why it's Mr. or Mrs.
Can I say something crazy about a female podcast? Okay,
What?
This is a female podcast, but we actually believe men here, so we do not need to fact check that. I just take everything you say as 100% guarantee.
Quite funny too.
All surgeons were butchers until, wait for it,
No, you're
1985.
You're right. You're
Until
right.
I am right.
1985.
Believe men.
I believe men. I believe men. Believe them. Believe them when they tell you who they
Believe
are.
men. Believe men.
And when did we start training surgeons? 80s? What? Before 1880s, maybe.
Yeah, I think it must be about 18.
Maybe 1880s. I feel like I've watched a historical drama where they're being trained and people are watching it from a vaulted ceiling thing. I feel like that is a memory I have, but that might have been me watching a drama about Pierpoint, the man who was very good at hanging people in Britain. And yeah, that was a TV show I watched once.
The man
Have
who
you
was,
seen that?
the man who was very good at hanging people.
He was really good at it. Okay, this is a mad time of TV. I'm going to say it was like 7 years ago. And everything was like historical drama, which I fucking love.
Yeah.
It was when Victoria first came out. Do you remember Victoria and how good those first few seasons were?
No, what's Victoria?
It's about the Queen Victoria.
QV.
Yeah, but in her early days. We've only had one Queen Victoria, haven't we?
Yes.
Oh, we should do another one. It's such a strong name, I think.
Victoria.
That's separate. Yeah.
It's a hard act to follow, isn't it?
Queen
Because she's a
Vicky.
very famous queen. QV.
Yeah, but what's she really famous for? Apart from having like a fuckload of kids.
Tell you what she was sort of famous for in Indian circles is that India was presented to her as a present by the then Prime Minister Benjamin Disraeli. So like she was like, and then she was made the Empress of India, I believe, at one point.
1 second.
Yeah.
India was gifted
I'm pretty sure, again,
by
I'd
the
love a fact
Indians.
check
No,
on
we
that.
believe you. And we
No,
just,
it wasn't gifted by the Indians.
about to say, that's what I was thinking.
It was gifted, it was sort of essentially, I believe, kind of partially under British rule. And then she was made the Empress of India, that I think is part of a birthday present.
Do you know about colonialism?
I know a bit about colonialism.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I was watching, what's the name of the historian, David, who was on the first series of the Celebrity Traitors?
Olashuga.
Okay, love him.
Yeah.
His documentaries were on the Singapore Airlines when I was flying to Australia, and I was like, oh my God, great. I've actually not seen any of his documentaries yet.
I just
I've
know him
only
as the
watched
man
on the
with the
Traitors,
traitors.
which is awful. Because I was like, oh my God, I like history. I should know who this person is. He does, and then all the ones on the plane were about colonialism. Awful.
Bad stuff.
Awful.
Bad vibe.
Honestly, because, part of you thinks like, oh, yeah, but there were train stations and stuff like that. The stuff that you get told growing up. Like, oh, like lots of train stations were built and they're very nice because they kept them, of course. It was terrible what we did.
There's a lot of shooting. There's a lot of maiming
Oh my
and killing.
God. And we just think people are property.
Yeah. The
All the
Amritsar
time.
massacre, the suppression of the Mau Mau uprising. Also, like, I don't know whether India was gifted as a birthday present, but
No.
the Belgian king Leopold was definitely gifted the Congo as a present. That definitely is the case.
For a like a big birthday. That's not a
Are you
33rd,
saying
is it? No, it's got to be like a 50th.
No,
or
33rd
something.
is a big birthday because that's your Jesus year. 33rd is your big birthday.
That's true, actually. Holly's in
Yeah.
her Jesus year right now.
Jesus
Are you in your Jesus year?
Yeah.
Jesus,
Happy
yeah.
JC year.
Thank you very much.
Happy
I'm
JC
feeling
year.
very biblical.
I love to shout out Jesus as one bearded brown man wronged by the system to another.
I love learning about Jesus. Do you want to hear some things I learned about him this week?
Of course I want to hear
He
about
had
things you've
so
learned about
many
Jesus.
brothers. Everyone thinks he just had one brother called Simon. Simon was just one of the brothers. There
Yeah.
were like 10 of the boys. And there was also a couple of sisters, and they never get a mention, but they are there.
Jesus' sister.
Jesus has a couple of sisters.
Oh my
Because Mary and Joseph were fucking. She
Yeah,
was
in
not
spite
a virgin.
In spite of the depiction of Joseph as history's biggest cuck.
Yeah, no, they were fucking all the fucking time. Also, like, she just mistimed her periods. That's all it is. Like, that's a woman who didn't have access to a Clue app, and she just got her periods wrong, and she was like, I guess it's a miracle. Like, all birth is a miracle. But Jesus had loads of siblings. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I didn't know JC had siblings.
Also, can I ask a question about Jesus before we get back to colonialism, of course?
I don't know a huge amount about Jesus, but I'll give it a go.
Okay, this is my main question about Jesus.
Yeah.
What happened between the Nativity and 33?
There's a lot, I think what you're asking is all in the Bible, isn't
It's
it?
not.
So where does the Bible start? 32.
You mean the New Testament?
Yeah, the
It
NT.
starts with the Nativity.
Yeah, famously.
Yeah, and then
does it just
nothing.
wow.
And then he's 33. And he's doing 40 days, 40 nights, and he's feeding the 5,000.
Wow.
But like, it's like, what the fuck is he up to? There's references to that he can do carpentry. So like, he was a carpenter. But you gotta remember, the Bible as well isn't like what, it's the same story told by like 20 different guys being like, actually, there was a whore called Mary Magdalene.
There is
And it's like, you couldn't think of another woman's name. You remember two Marys?
there is a scene in The Passion of the Christ, the insane Mel Gibson Jesus torture movie.
I've
The
never
Jesus,
seen it.
the
No,
like
I've never.
borderline snuff movie about Jesus, where Jesus invents the concept of the table. It's absolutely unfathomable. There's just a bit in it where Jesus, I can't remember who it is he's talking to. It might be Mary Magdalene. And Mary Magdalene says, what are you up to, Jesus? And Jesus says, check this out. I've popped some legs under a table. I've popped some legs under this. You know how we just sort of eat off the floor?
Yeah.
I've popped some legs under the floor. And I've popped the floor up and now we can eat off this. And Mary goes, that's wild. Anyway.
His dad's a carpenter. He would have grown up with a fucking workbench.
It is so strange. It is a strange. I'll say this. It's not the worst thing Mel Gibson has done. It's not the worst.
No, what else? No. Could you imagine just me waiting for a podcast on that so I can catch up?
David Sugar, please.
Come on, David! Make a fucking effort.
Make a
Give
Mel
us
Gibson
the
doco.
history of Mel Gibson. Actually, I would fucking love that. Do you remember there used to be true Hollywood stories?
Yeah.
We don't do that anymore, but they were always so good.
Yeah.
Because it gave both sides of the story. Because I'll say it again, Paris Hilton's life has not been easy. It's not been easy.
What was the difficulties of Paris Hilton's life?
Nish.
Yeah.
Oh, she's had a horrible time of it, God bless her. She obviously raised in a very wealthy family.
The Hilton family.
Yeah, they have a lot of money, you know, about the
Famously.
hotels, of course.
I've stayed there for you in my time. I don't mean to brag.
But like the Hilton Garden Inns.
Yeah.
Or like the Hampton by Hiltons. You haven't stayed at the Hilton. I'm sorry, I just always feel like I need to make that clear. Because like I've stayed at a Hilton last year,
Yeah.
but it was by Luton Airport. Like I just don't know if it counts as staying at a Hilton. Like I don't think Paris has been there. Anyway, Paris is born, obviously quite privileged. I'd say that. Of
From the
course.
Hilton hotel chain.
Yeah.
Much like Stephanie Travolage,
Who's Stephanie Travolage?
from the Travelodge family.
Oh, it was a joke. I really hope there actually is a family that run
The
the
Travolage.
They're called the Travologes. I'm sorry, can I say something crazy? I'm
Yeah.
not into a Travelodge.
No, that's not crazy. That's like a normal thing to say. With respect, that's a normal thing to say.
But I get Premier Inns.
Yeah, everyone gets Premier Inns.
Is it because of the colouring in?
No, and I
No.
think it's because it's a uniform experience, and it's all, it's going to be pretty good. I've never stayed at a really bad Premier Inn.
No, because they're so consistent. You're right. It is, you know exactly what you're getting. You know the beds, you know the mirrors. But
you know the smell of that soap? That sort of chemically smell?
Molten brown. It's molten
Is it
brown
molten
now.
brown?
It used to not be. They've changed it to
upgraded
molten brown.
Well,
it's white peach and something called Negroily.
What?
I think that's what it's called. It's a flower. It's a scent. And that's the smell of it.
Holly, there's quite a lot of fact checking you're going to have to do on this.
So much
We need to know about
fact-checking.
what was India gifted to Queen Victoria for her birthday.
Remember, we only fact check women. We do not fact check men at Helen's Log. Believe him. Believe him. I'm so sick of people not believing men.
I'm so worried about you physically striking that screen.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't do that. Sorry, Zofia. Me just whacking things. No awareness. Anyway.
Hit the table. It's a flight case. You can hit that.
I know. We should not have given me something with wheels on it. Do you want to hear more about Paris Hilton?
Yes,
Okay.
I do, yes.
So she had ADHD, but no one knew. They thought she was really bad. They thought she was a bad girl, and she's not a bad girl, okay? And then they sent her away to this like school for like bad kids, like a rich school for bad kids.
Right, yeah.
But they literally were just like watched getting naked by the teachers. I'm not joking, it's a whole thing. And they were like locked up there. And if they ran away and they called their parents and they'd say like, come get me, like it's not what you think it is. The teachers would then be like, oh, like they're going to say that, they're going to lie because they're trying to manipulate the situation. And like loads of kids like ran away in the middle of the night and never found again. And she went to one of those schools and it's actually a real thing. Isn't that crazy? And that was her childhood. Isn't that mad? And then wait for this, goes through all of that. And then she does A Simple Life immediately. That's a lot.
What was the Simple Life? I remember it, but I don't think I ever actually watched it.
You ignorant slut. I know you know about the news and history and bits and bobs and Jesus. And well, actually, I don't know anything about Jesus. I know about Jesus. But okay, The Simple Life. Actually, it's one of those amazing TV shows where it's all in the theme tune. Okay, you ready? You take two girls, they're filthy rich. They're from the house into the sticks. Okay, so what they do is they take Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. Please, Nish, please believe her. Please look at me. Thank you. Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When you say you have a podcast, do people say, what's it about? How do you reply?
I say it's about life. I say it's about the meaning of life.
I love the idea that no one could predict. I could not have predicted that when I left my house to do your podcast this morning, it would result in me making eye contact with you while you sang the theme tune from The Simple Life.
You know what's so disturbing?
What?
I did predict that. And if you look above you, there's an envelope right now. And it has everything that led to this moment, including you holding hands with Kendall. Isn't that fucking... Holly, can we do that for season 2? Can I do an envelope of predictions? Every single week we'll do an envelope of predictions and we'll see how it goes.
Whatever you want, Helen.
Oh
yes.
my God. Holly, thank you for making my dreams come true, for heaven's sake.
Very welcome.
Okay.
For the benefit of the listeners and the viewers, Holly looks very stressed.
No, that's just her face. She's smiling.
No, you can't swing that past me. I know her.
That's not a stress face. That's how my therapist looks every session. And she says that she enjoys working with me.
And then also, I forgot
happy.
my glasses and my contacts
Yeah,
today,
you
so
can't see
all I can
anything.
see is like a yellow sort of hat shouting at me.
Oh yeah, I should have given context if you're not watching on YouTube. I'm wearing a hard hat. Why? Zofia saw it. And that's the only reason. I like it.
So if you saw the hard hat and
Yeah.
you thought, I'm going to pop that on.
Yeah, do you want a hat?
Yeah, I'd like a hat.
There you go. I got a goofy one.
Oh,
It's
great.
vintage. Oh,
Now,
my...
this is where we find out that I secretly have an enormous head.
Oh, do you?
Huge.
I
do
felt
I. Don't
so...
worry about it.
It's
Absolute
hard
dive.
for the
I can't fit into
big-headed
that.
people. Oh, it must have been rough at school.
Yeah.
Like just having a big head and then not being able to just like wear someone else's cap or put on like a nice bobbly hat. I remember it being
Never
a
got
big
nits, though.
thing. You never got... No, I don't believe that. People say they didn't get nits. I'm like, you got nits. Do you ever do textiles at school? Was that a big subject?
No.
You didn't do
I
textiles?
don't remember doing textiles.
It was in the same group as like food tech.
I never did food tech. That actually would have been useful for me to learn.
Oh,
Yeah.
you went to a bad school?
No, I don't know why. They never did any food
But
tech.
you're from Kent, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be why. I just don't get Kent. Is that crazy to say?
No one gets Kent.
I don't get it at all.
It's the anus of England.
Did you design technology?
Yeah, we did design technology until
Oh my
like my first few years. I gave it up as quickly as possible.
Really? You didn't like
Got
building?
no aptitude for that. I've got no. Why are you surprised about that? What about me screams this man is basically competent with tools?
Honestly, I think you're an amazing comedian. I think you're very creative.
Yeah.
It surprises me that you wouldn't
I have no...
enjoy the figuring out, because it's kind of, I mean, it's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
And your stand-up is very much like someone doing a puzzle. Well, wait for it. Very well.
What an amazing compliment insult.
It's a compliment. But you like lay out all the pieces at the beginning. Like all of your sets are perfect.
I have no practical skills.
Do you not? Oh,
no,
God bless you.
And I can't translate whatever I'm imagining cannot be translated via my hands. My hand-eye coordination, bad. Sorry, my hand-eye coordination, bad. Very bad. For the benefit of the listeners, I missed my hand on the second clap. But my hand-eye coordination is very poor. So that kind of stuff. So, and I can't draw.
You look like you can't do sport. I want to say that, like,
correct.
Yeah, you
Correct.
look like you had a rough time at school.
No,
and
you
picked
play
the teams.
football. He's sporty.
Yeah, but like, do you actually play football, or do you play football in the way that all British boys play football?
No, I play football every Tuesday. Holly knows because one of the other people that plays in the game is her live-in partner.
That's Will's on that team too.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh
I would
my
hate
God.
to play football with Will. I cannot imagine.
He kicks the ball so hard.
Yeah, of course.
Wait, people have heard about this before, obviously from different guests, but there is a comedians football group. There's a couple of different ones, and there's a really cool one on
like
Tuesday.
5, isn't there?
It's huge.
I'm in the really low quality one. I'm in the one that
The one that goes for
for
pastries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the one that the people who played it are not allowed in the other games because we're too bad. I'm in the the Suicide Squad, like real bad one.
I think I know most of your team, and I think there's a lot of vapors on your team.
There's
a lot of vapors. There's a couple of respiratory problems.
Yeah, there's a couple of...
There's a lot of vapors, but there's a lot of asthma pumps there. I've said it.
There's Daniel Kitson, a walking human respiratory problem.
And you're all bakery boys.
Yeah.
Like, every single one of you gets really excited about a bakery. And, like, I say that in a way of, like, yeah. Like,
what an unbelievably damningly accurate thing. The bakery... You're all
the
bakery
respiratory
boys.
illness bakery boys team. Yeah.
Do you have a team name yet? You should call it that.
Oh, yeah, the bakery boys is
Bakery
really
Boys.
good.
But I
There's
think
a lot of
respiratory
bakery
illness,
boys.
like the bronchitis bakery.
The bronchitis bakery
is going to be something else.
really funny. There's a lot of bakery boys. And I will say a lot of the effort expended in the game, from my perspective, is on specific insults based on career choices made by the people I'm insulting. So a lot of it is me, like, really personally insulting Ellis James. A lot of it is me, like, really working. And I have broken my finger and my toe in the last 2 years playing football.
It's not funny.
It's
like, yeah, that makes sense that you're not good at sport. And then Holly's like, no, he's really sporty. It's like, I don't know, he broke his finger whilst playing football. He's super sporty.
Listen, Helen, I was in goal and I made a save with my leg, fell over and sat on my own finger. That's how I broke my finger, okay?
Can I ask a couple of follow-up questions?
Yes.
When there's an injury on the Bakery Boys bronchitis team, are you good to each other?
Yes, very good.
Okay, so you don't do the whole like, fuck you, fucking idiot.
No. Everybody helps out. No. Initially, everyone goes, "Fuck you, fucking idiot," and then there's a second wave of, "Is this person actually hurt?"
Oh, you boys, that wrong.
But we everybody is, when there's an actual injury, everybody's very good.
And then do you go to the hospital all together as a group?
No, I didn't go to the hospital the first time. I really messed up my finger, but I didn't realise it was broken.
Can I guess which one?
Yes.
Hold them up.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a short guessing game.
Okay. The second one in?
No.
The last one?
The last one, yeah. So I didn't have it at the right angle for Helen.
They're both munted, though. The second one's in's got a weird thing, too.
I think I've also got some weird mobility things in my hand. But, like, the little finger is visibly broken. I would say it's visibly broken.
That's bad. And that's your mic hand. Oh, no. The story of me breaking my finger is on my new stand-up show, which is available now at youtube.com. I forgot we do plugs here.
Nish, don't kill my vibe. And I had to watch it quite a lot, as you do when you're getting the edit ready of these shows. It's an absolute nightmare.
It's none of our business.
It's none of our business.
And
Like, how I look is not... There's angles of my body that are none of my business.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
Did when you were doing it, was it Stu Laws?
Of course it was Stu Laws.
Shout out Stu Laws, love you
Shout
so
out
much,
Stu
of
Laws,
course.
the best.
What is this whole artsy shot of a camera at the back of the stage going up your body via the arsehole to the audience?
So the story with that is the shot up the arse.
Yeah, did you get an arse shot?
The butt cam, yeah. I got kind of side-on butt cam. The reason that the butt cam exists, essentially, is it helps you in the edit.
Yeah.
Because if there's points where you need to kind of trim something down, it's really hard when you're shooting end on. When the camera's shooting your face, it's really hard to edit. You can see your mouth and you can see where the mic is. And basically, if you're watching a stand-up show and you see the arse shot, it is no one's ideal. Mm-hmm. And the reason it's there is to help manage a situation in the editing room.
That's things I'd rather do the arse shot than go to the audience as a cutaway shot.
I don't like audience shots. I like it when you can see the room, but I don't like close-up shots.
No!
I never understood why, because the whole point of filming a stand-up show is you're supposed to simulate the experience of watching a gig.
Yeah.
What gig do you go to where occasionally, just while it's happening, you just walk around and start looking closely in the faces of other audience members?
And you can see how awkward they are. Like, let's say this. People who listen to this as stand-up comedy audiences, you guys are awkward as fuck. I'm on stage, but you don't know what to do with your hands. Like, you've seen them. Your audience is the same. You've got anxious people in your audience, for sure. Because you're anxious. So then they're just like the camera goes to them and they're like,
I just don't understand what gig do you, even when it's a music gig, you don't just walk around the room. You don't just sort of do a circuit of the room facing the opposite direction from the performance and just look directly into some of your fellow patrons.
The only exception was the original series of Michael McIntyre Comedy Roadshow, where they'd cut away and it'd be Nigella Lawson having a great time in the crowd.
And the old Live at the Apollo, Apollo, where it would be like, oh look, here's
Bruno Tony only.
Yeah, I'm glad that because I was literally about to just go. I was about to go. Here's John Major. I was just trying to think of a 90s celebrity.
Do you want to hear something crazy?
What?
I was thinking about John Major last night. No joke.
Why were you thinking about John Major?
I can tell you exactly why.
Perfect.
I was watching Frasier. I'm in series 8. Okay.
Well, what an amazing anecdote about something that happened in 2026. I was watching Frasier and thinking about John Major.
I'm 35. What am I doing?
What else were you listening? Were you listening to Cooler Shaker on tape?
Yes! Oh, that's crazy you said that. Okay, so John Major, he came up because, and I think this is a very interesting thing I thought of, it was an episode where Frasier has to tutor in American history Gene Smart's son. Listen, exactly.
Let's just get one thing clear. I was not being dismissive of watching Frasier. It's a perfect show. Frasier is brilliant.
I'm watching it all again at the moment. Me and my housemate up to season 8 and we're loving it so fucking much.
I got Paramount Plus so that I could watch The Curse. You know that thing with Nathan Fielder and Emma Stone? It's like this. It looks really interesting. I couldn't tell you what it's about because I simply haven't watched it. I'll tell you what I have watched: all of Frasier.
You watch it on it's all on 4 online.
Well, also I'll say this, Helen. It's also all in my house on my
DVD?
complete Frasier series DVD box set. I wasn't. The problem is, I just sort of I got this thing to watch The Curse, and I saw Frasier, and I was like, wow, listen, I'll stick a Frasier on, and then you're like, I'm 7 series deep without having even almost realised it. Frasier is such a good show.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out Frasier. Watch Nish's show if you want, but Frasier's there's 11 seasons YouTube, of it.
But really, make sure you watch Frasier.
It's so fucking magic, and Niles and Frasier's love for each other. They went to the prom together. They're brothers that went to prom together. It's so good, and the physical comedy in it is outstanding.
We're all trying to end the male loneliness epidemic. Here's how you do it: you move in with your dad, and you be best friends with your brother.
Oh my god, stop it! That's literally it, isn't it?
It's a male loneliness epidemic.
Anyway, I was watching that.
Yeah.
He was tutoring the son.
It's a great Jean Smart in that. It's a great 4 or 5 episode run sitcom guest star. She's brilliant.
She's in the season before, I believe,
that's
as well.
Right, yeah.
And then she comes back. She went to high school with Frasier and she was the prom queen.
Yeah.
It's just it's insanely good.
And then they go to their reunion together.
They do.
It's great. Jean Smart is great in it. Shout out Jean Smart.
Shout out. We were just talking about Hacks as well.
Listen, if you're gonna Hacks is great. I'm watching it all the time. I love
Me
it.
too.
But also, you gotta watch Frasier and you gotta watch Watchmen. Watchmen is one of the most amazing TV shows.
Wait,
that
I
has
haven't
come out
seen
in the last-
Watchmen.
I've not seen
It's
Watchmen
so
either.
good. It's this like so. It's
Wait,
this sort
I'm
of
writing it
it's
down.
this like comic that everybody loves. It's a brilliant comic,
Mm.
and then they made it into a film, which I didn't think was great. And then they made a TV show, and when I heard about it, I remember thinking, why are we bothering with this? And then I found out it wasn't a remake of the book; it was a sequel to the book, and I thought, well, that's even worse. And then I think
You're
Daniel
not
Kitson,
selling it very well. What the fuck is
Daniel
that?
Kitson,
Like,
who
you
is
literally
down.
wrote it down and you're like just slagging it off.
So I didn't watch it. And then Daniel Kitson, who is not like a comic book boy, in spite
No.
of his face
Looking like
and
it,
body
yeah.
type. Yeah.
He's a bakery boy.
He's a bakery boy. He watched it all. I don't think he's ever read the book or maybe even seen the film. And he said, oh, this is really good. And I thought, well, that's interesting. So I started watching. It is one of the best TV shows I've ever seen. Amy watched it. Amy has no interest in the book or the comic. And so I love the book.
Yeah.
And I love the TV show. Amy, no interest in the book, no interest in the film. Watch the TV show, love the TV show. So if you're a Watchmen fan, it's incredible. But if you have no interest in it whatsoever, it's just an amazing TV show. It's an
Wow.
incredible superhero show that's also about racism in America, and it kind of takes in the Tulsa massacre, which is a real thing that happened in the States, and where the kind of KKK kind of in collaboration with the local police force essentially massacred like a huge black population. There's like a black population in Tulsa, Oklahoma that had become incredibly affluent. And there's this street that was called Black Wall Street. And the KKK essentially just destroyed the whole street. We went to Tulsa last year on tour, and me and Amy went to the museum of the race massacre. It's absolutely incredible.
When was it?
In the 20s.
Fucking hell.
But the show uses that real event and then builds in this sort of mythology from this comic book, and it is just incredible. And it's a mini series, so it's a completely self-contained
I love
story.
those.
They've never done. They're not going to do another one. It's
Amazing.
just such a. It's such a
Like
good piece of TV.
Chernobyl.
Like Chernobyl. Hard to follow up Chernobyl.
So good.
But
You can.
What would you do? It'd be even.
Because didn't it like the solution they put over
Yeah.
Chernobyl failed and actually didn't work and was still like leaking a lot, so they had to go back and do it again. Wow. And they could revisit the bureaucracy of it because it's still going on. Like there's still
Also, there are still like particular cancers and stuff that can be traced.
yeah,
back to
and
it,
it's
right?
also like
Yeah.
now it's become a tourist box. They've got to make like there's a lot you could explore, I think. But also because I really love that miniseries.
I love it. Helen Bauer pitching the Chernobyl sequel.
I actually have got a historical drama that I pitched all the time. People do not want it.
What is it?
What is it?
What is it?
It's about one of the tunnels under the Berlin Wall. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, that is really
No one
interesting.
wants it because I then turned it into a comedy called Get Over It. And then when I say that in the pitch, they stop listening. And I understand that.
That was really funny because everybody in this room immediately went through that journey of going, Helen, that sounds amazing. And then when you said it's a comedy called Get Over It, we're both like, oh no.
It's an
Although that
option.
being said, I would like to see you. You are the only person who I would like to see write a sitcom about the tunnel under the Berlin Wall. I genuinely don't think I want to see that from anyone else other than
I think
you.
it's such an interesting set
Written
of
by
events.
and starring you, because obviously you famously fluently speak German as well.
Yeah, warum nicht? But also, like,
It's better that you're wearing a hard hat.
Can
as
I
well.
sell you my pitch now? Are you interested in hearing about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go into the meetings. I think I've done this with every production company. Okay, and I say, like, it's the perfect sitcom.
Yeah.
Because it's stuck in a single space,
Perfect.
right? Which is the main thing they need is just like a couple of rooms. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just inside that space. I just realized, Holly, I probably pitched this to you
I
years
don't
ago
know.
before we
I
started
would have
working on my
remembered this.
script.
I would have remembered it.
Okay. And so they're in that space. Also, you have to remember, like, it's not all high drama the entire time because it was up for so many years. People just lived their entire lives. Like, life had to continue.
Yeah.
People had babies, people got married, people got divorced. All of that happened inside of it. People
In
went
the
to
tunnel?
school. No, like like living
Yeah,
inside of
with
it
the- yeah.
whilst people were doing the projects. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
there was like something like around 40 tunnels in total. Some of them collapsed during it, but like they went to like very far out west, you know?
Really?
There was a whole system. Like it was crazy. And also like the reasons people need to get out of situations go from incredibly serious to absolutely teenage bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And we can explore the full wealth and gamut of them inside of a sitcom.
This is a
because
genuinely
some
good
people
idea.
just fancy someone that live in the West and need to get over there.
This is a genuinely good idea.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
And wait for this. This is how I end the pitch.
Yeah.
Okay, I go, and I know there's no money in Britain to make anything. I know that. And then I look them in the eye and go, but have you heard of a collab with Germany? Because the war's over. And then they say, any more ideas? And I go, no, thank you so much for your time. Goodbye. What do you think?
It's a genuinely good idea.
You wanna be a producer?
Yeah.
Oh my
Now,
God.
I don't have a huge amount of, I'm not particularly liquid at the moment.
Oh, is that what producers do?
I don't know. It's unclear to me.
I think they help you with the storyline.
Oh yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do you
love
like
that.
the
I think
Berlin Wall?
Yeah, I think that's a genuinely great idea for a sitcom.
Wait for this. One tunnel I'm particularly interested in, only because it's already like written in a way. Have you listened to Tunnel 29?
No.
Oh my God, you would love it. Because you're a history boy, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a history boy for sure.
I think-
Especially
yeah.
20th century history as well.
What's your favourite country history?
I mean,
Not favourite as in like done the best, but which is the most interesting to you?
I find
Russia, but you don't know why.
no 20th century American history I find really interesting.
And
Really
this
interesting.
brings me back to John Major.
Yeah.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
So in it, he's learning about American history.
Yeah.
Okay. And whenever it's such a common thing that like in sitcoms, they're at school in America and you watch
Yeah.
them growing up and they're always going through all the presidents of the United States. And they're always
Yeah.
saying he was the 40th president, he was the 10th
Yeah.
president, he was the first president. And I was thinking, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, none of us in Britain
We've had too many prime
learn
ministers. though.
anything about any prime ministers.
Yeah.
Like, you know about Winston Churchill
Yeah.
or like Edward
Peel.
Heath.
Robert Peel.
No, don't know him. Like, but you hear like different things. But like in general, you don't know because we just don't fucking learn them.
Disraeli, Gladstone. I did a module about Disraeli and Gladstone.
Never
yeah.
never. They're
Yeah.
during Victorian times because you
Yeah,
mentioned
Victorian
one earlier.
prime ministers,
Okay,
yeah.
interesting. But wasn't there one called Marlborough? Who was her favourite prime minister when she was new? Maybe begin with an M. Can't remember. See? No one knows. And then I was like, I wonder if I could even name like 5 prime ministers. And then I started going through the ones in my lifetime and I was like, oh yeah, I can because they swap
Yeah,
around
because-
so much.
Yeah, because it's something like, so I was born in 1985. and
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And so I had Thatcher, Major, Blair, Brown, Cameron.
Johnson.
When I was 30. That's 30. And we've now got, at the time of recording.
At the time of recording.
At the time of recording, we've had Johnson, Truss, Sunak, Starmer in the last
That's
sort of
11, yeah, and you're
Yeah.
but we're probably going to have 5, and that'll be in the last 2 years, or 3. No,
May.
sorry, 4 years. It'd be 4 years.
Did you say May?
May is the one before Johnson, yeah. But if you go May, Johnson, Truss, Sunak,
Sunak.
Starmer, so that's 5, and that goes back to Johnson became like 2019.
Yeah.
So in the last 7 years, we've had 5 prime ministers, and in the first 30 years of my life, we had 5 prime ministers. Like, it's a kind of extraordinary period of.
Isn't it crazy?
But the 50s and the 60s were crazy. Now, this is
Because
not.
Winston Churchill wasn't re-elected after the war.
This
was
is not
he?
super cool, but I do know in chronological order all of our prime ministers since the Second World War. So it's not like
That's
super
very
cool.
cool.
So it's like Winston Churchill was prime minister until 1945. Then he lost that election to Clement Attlee
Yes.
because the Labour government was promising. The election slogan was, "We've won the war, now let's win the peace," and that's the Labour government that establishes the NHS and the welfare state. So that's 45 to 51 is Clement Attlee. Then the Labour Party, as it is wont to do, implodes. Then Churchill becomes prime minister again in 51, and then I think that's till 55. Then in a really crazy short space of time, you get Anthony Eden, Harold Macmillan, and Alec Douglas Home, like in a really short
I've
space
heard
of
of Harold
time.
Macmillan. Didn't he kill people?
You're thinking of Shipman.
You're right. Macmillan does cancer. Carry on. Carry on.
Then after that, it's Harold Wilson. So it's Harold Wilson is 64 to 70.
God, the Harolds were doing well for a bit, weren't they?
Really well.
God
And
bless
then
him.
then it's Edward Heath, 70 to 74.
He was gay.
Conservative Prime Minister, but also is
Gay.
a big reason for the Browns. Because Ted Heath lets in the Ugandan Asians. So Idi Amin kicks out the South Asians from Uganda.
The man who put his wife's head in the fridge.
Correct. And then those people, a lot. That's a big. I mean, I've come here via Kenya, my mum's family,
Yeah.
but we're part of the like East African mass influx that happens in the early 70s.
I learned about this on David's documentary.
That's right. Then 70. Then Wilson. Then I think it's sort of has ill health, and I think it turns out he's showing the early signs of dementia. So he then wins the 74 election against Heath, but then can't finish the term. So he does 74 to 76. Then James Callaghan takes over.
Never heard of him. This is crazy.
Callaghan is one of the only prime ministers. There's very few who to hold all the great offices of state. So Callaghan was.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because when you say Callaghan, all I can picture is Elle Woods going, Callaghan touched me.
And then once you get to Callaghan in 79, it's easy because then it is just
Thatcher
for ages. Then it's Blair. Then it's Major, and then it's Blair for ages, and then it's Brown for not very long.
How
And
long
then
was Thatcher in for?
79 to 90? Yeah,
That's really long.
Blair,
yeah.
and Blair did 10 years. Blair was
He
97
did.
to 2007, and then Brown was 2007 to 10. Then Cameron was 10 to 15 in coalition. Then 15 to 16 solo. Then May comes in, I think, in 2017. And then it was May for a couple of years, 17 to 19. And then it was old Captain, the one-man crusade to deal with Britain's lowering birth rate, Boris Johnson. And then it was Johnson, and then it was Truss for
6 weeks,
about
5
6 weeks, yeah, something like that.
She did
about
a lot in that 6 weeks.
Killed the Queen.
Yeah, conviction
Yeah.
politician.
I know conviction was, I'm going to get that old lady done.
Yeah. I think she's a lizard. Nope, whoops.
And then and then Sunak, and then Starmer, and then we could have a new prime minister. We don't know. It could be within the. It could be within. It feels like it will be within the calendar year.
Well,
Oh,
Nish, I want
definitely,
to.
yeah.
I'd like to thank you for that. You can do all the prime ministers of the
Only
last 100 years,
no,
and I
only-
really enjoyed that.
Only post 45.
Okay, I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. Were you bullied badly at school?
Yes! I was bullied very badly.
But
No, I
why are
wasn't.
the
No, I
Americans
actually wasn't
so...
bullied.
Yeah,
very
yeah, of
badly.
course, me neither. Why
I
are
was
the Americans
punched
so
by it.
obsessed with their presidents, though?
Well,
Is it because they don't have king and queenie?
yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
probably.
they don't- it's because their president is also their head of state.
Yes,
So the president
everything.
is the head of the government and also the head of state, whereas obviously we have a head of government and then a separate head of state.
So fucked, isn't it?
Helen's log.
What's up? You clearly love listening to my voice. Clearly, you're listening to Helen's Log, and I'm Helen. But how? How about you listen to more of my voice? That's right. There's behind the scenes episodes. There's things that we can't talk about on this episode because we don't know who's listening. But you can join us right now on Patreon, patreon.com/Helen's Log. And for £5 a month, you can access the entire back catalogue of all our extra episodes. At this point, there's over 30 extra episodes. You can get them right now. And I'd love to keep you company more. It really helps us keep this podcast going and supports the whole Loggy community. And we'd love to have you as a log on our dam, because in many ways, we're all just beavers trapped in human bodies. Thank you. And I'll see you on Patreon. Which country's got it right, though? That's the thing. Like, whenever you look at other countries, when you do like a deep dive, you're like, oh, that doesn't seem right either. Like, it's so hard to find one where you're like, well, there's a standard that we could all like reach for. That's a lovely version of democracy. Like, there's a couple of good ones. Like, the Scandies in general, I think, are quite good.
Yeah.
But they also do swing. They've got that horrible part. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like, until, I don't know, we kind of need to have an example for all of us to copy.
But the only thing I would say is, and I think we should, in some ways, give ourselves a break as a species. Like, the idea of democracy in terms of its modern incarnation, like, obviously, the Greeks and the Romans were experimenting with it hundreds of years ago, but then we flushed all that down the toilet.
What, Plato's Republic?
Yeah, all of that stuff.
yeah, that's
but
what
like
I said.
it's a lot of modern democracies, and like certainly the idea of like mass enfranchisement, like as a concept, is only about like 200 years up.
Wait, what's mass enfranchisement?
Like the idea that not only do you have a democracy, but also everybody gets to vote in it. Like it's not just like a kind of self-selected group of people. Like it's only like, honestly, when you really think about it, it's only in the last like 150 years that we've been like, maybe poor people shouldn't just all be dead all the time. Like it's like it genuinely is. And it's like we are like relatively recent into the idea that like women have rights, that like gay and lesbian people have rights, that like people who aren't white might be human beings.
Yeah.
I know that we're seeing like a bit of we're seeing a regression on all of those fronts right now. But it is important to like set things in context.
But it's so recent. Like literally where we record this right now, we're around the corner from Hatton Garden, which is around the corner from Bleeding Heart Yard, which is in Little Dorrit in Dickensburg. But this area was workhouses. You literally you would have walked past like 4 workhouses on the way here, which were working.
Yeah.
Like literally within the last 150 years, like properly.
Yeah.
And that was the solution. It's fucking insane.
You're trying to turn around thousands of years of racism, sexism, and contempt for poor people. And like we've done pretty well we've done a pretty good job in the last 100 years of turning that stuff around. And at the moment,
you think we did good?
I genuinely think, like, if you look at the second half of the 20th century and what was kind of achieved in that in terms of, the retreat of the British Empire in a lot of countries. If you look at things like, the NHS and the welfare state
antihistamines, we got antihistamines. That was great.
Yeah, we got antihistamines. We got penicillin. Vaccinations. We've got lots of good stuff.
We've got them, but we're not taking them. Just to be clear, we've got them, but we're not taking them.
We've got them, but we're not taking them.
It's nice to have the option. Everyone likes a buffet. Doesn't mean you have to take them. Carry on.
Can I just say, it's absolutely mad hearing Goofy give this profound speech. I'm just looking at the head.
Every now and again, I flick up to him and I'm like, I should not have given him that hat, but I actually love him listing all the prime ministers.
It is the sort of perfect distillation of my comedy.
Yeah.
Everything that's happened in this podcast is exactly the distillation of my comedy. Like, I will give speeches about the sweep of human history and the embrace of mass enfranchisement, but I will be wearing a Goofy hat while I'm doing it. Like, it's like, I always try and explain to people, you're like, because I remember somebody asking, interviews always ask me, is there a problem in people coming to see you if they've seen you on Taskmaster? And you sort of say, and not now at this point, people know what I do regardless, but there isn't a problem because I am both the newsman and also the man who drop-kicked a water cooler. Yeah. And I'm both of those things. And I contain multitudes. And one of them can list prime ministers, and the other one just really wanted to kick a water cooler, but accidentally slipped while he was doing it, so fell on a crash mat.
I think I've seen a clip of this, Nish.
Yeah, it was on Taskmaster.
That's tough. That's tough. And did people come thinking you'd slip up when you walked on stage? And then when you were standing the entire time? But
in the show, the last stand-up show, it's only fresh in my mind because I literally watched it last week. So the people, £800 Gorilla, wonderful people. We love
oh my
them.
God, do a proper plug as well. Shout out £800 Gorilla.
They basically said it would
I'm seeing Laura after this, actually.
Are you really?
Shout out Laura Roxelle.
So basically, Laura and her gang, they are the people that have released the show, and they said it would be helpful if you did a YouTube comments thing when it goes live. So I was in the YouTube chat when the thing went live. Now, I will say, on paper, I thought, that sounds like the worst thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. Like being in the YouTube chat when the thing went live. But it was actually very nice, and everybody was very sweet,
great.
and it was the whole thing was very pleasant. But apart from one thing, there was a guy who logged on right at the end called Paul Williams. Now, Paul Williams is my dear friend, who's a comedian from New Zealand, and also the Taskmaster's assistant in New Zealand Taskmaster.
Yeah, Paul!
And also, he's a musician, and his song is at the end of the show. His song is playing at the end of my show. And so this guy called Paul Williams appeared in the chat, and I said, "Oh my God, Paul, is that you?" So I'm just literally typing this, and he said, "No, it is not. I see you are doing more of your political comedy." Now, if you know Paul Williams, that's exactly what Paul Williams would say. So I was just like, classic Paul Williams. And as the chat was ending, I said, Shout out Paul Williams for his great music. And he was like, that is not me. This is not my music. Anyway, it wasn't him. And he immediately left a really horrible comment about the show on YouTube.
No! And you can watch that show right now. And it's on YouTube now.
But the show is like, the show is truly 50% political comedy, state of the nation, state of the world stuff, and then 50% I broke my finger with my arse. It is like the sort of synthesis of...
Which is the perfect mixture though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, that's what you want from a show.
Yeah, it's a man talking to you about democracy in a goofy hat.
I don't want to end our chat, but I have to because we've got to wrap up the podcast. But just tell me where you filmed it quickly.
The Hackney Empire.
Shut the fuck up.
I will not.
I love that theatre. I just
really
did a
good.
spot there for the first time. No, I've done it twice, but both times I've been there's been a medical emergency. It's awesome.
What?
It's awesome.
That you caused?
Last time was watching Bridget Christie slice her hand opening up a bottle of nail polish. It was crazy.
My God.
And it was neon green nail polish.
Classic Christie.
Classic Christie. Classic Christie, but what a gig.
It's a Matcham theatre, and so it's really beautiful. Matcham is a theatre designer, and
It is
the
beautiful.
Victorians, say what you will about them, they knew two things: building theatres and colonising my ancestors.
Yeah.
And we have to give them blame for one and credit for the other.
People
But their
contain
theatres are
multitudes,
amazing.
including colonisers. It's almost saying if Nish could contain multitudes, the colonisers can...
Multitudes is not a pejorative, so we don't say whether they're good multitudes or bad multitudes.
But either way, it's multitudes, okay? So there's always a bit of yin and yang, is what we're trying to say with colonisers.
But there's a bit in the show where I talk about how the first time I went to a comedy gig, and the first time I went to a comedy gig was in the Hackney Empire to watch Goodness Gracious Me live when I was 13 years old. So that's
Stop.
why we filmed it in there, yeah. It's relevant to the show.
I love that. I think that's really special. I like going back to places. Okay, awesome. Nish has been the guest today, and my name's Helen, and I'm wearing a hard hat, and we will see you very soon. And Nish, wave goodbye, maybe. And I wave goodbye as well. And we've learned a lot, and thank you very much. Goodbye.
Paris Hilton had a bad life.
She had a really bad life. We need to talk about your bad life more often. Guys, hey! Thank you for listening to Helen's Log and for supporting it. You know who supports it even more? The Loggers. They really support it. There are patrons, there are friends, they're the babes, and now I'm going to read their list of names. I'm going to read their list. I'm going to read each of their lists of things they want in their life. And yeah, it's going to be really personal. I'm going to say their name and then I'm going to list their biggest fears and their biggest wishes. And that is something I'm allowed to do. But instead, actually, I'll just say their name. Here we go. This is going to be magical. It's Aisling McGlinchey, Alex McPugh. Oh my God. Get them down. It's because this is the last time I'm doing it this year. Not this year, this season. Why can I not focus? Okay. Aisling McGlinchey, Alex McPugh, Amy Sheppered, Amy Fitzgerald, Anthony Conway, Asa, Bonnie Drough, Drough, we never knew, Catriona Windsor, Charley T, Charlotte Weemes, Weemes, Claire Owen-Jones, Claire Scott, Chris S, Daisy Longshaw, Dean Michael, Tim and Dom, David Hunter, Dougie Robertson, Dylan Moorhead, Elle Watson, Elton Pond, yes, Elton, Emilie, Emma, Fayt Grady, Gemma, Helen A, Jack Blomfield. It's so exciting there's another Helen. I don't know why. It makes me very, very happy. James Goulding, Jan, Gemma Anglesea, Jen Aitken, Jessica Allan, Jessica Birch. We need to, for season 2, get a Jessica whose name starts with a C. So we've got Jessica A, Jessica B, Jessica C, like the Ashleys in Recess. Thank you very much. It's something for everyone to be on the hunt for. Jocelyn Hughes, Josie Perkins, Kate Thompson, Catherine, Kelly C, Chloe, Christine Martin. Christine, I wore the Anna Green Gables cow socks at the weekend. And yeah, they were fucking magical. Thank you so much. I actually put them on after I got rejected. That was a slay for me. Lisa G, Lizzie Ford, Luke Bright, Meg Hamilton, Melissa, Natalie Ford, Neil Redmond, Nikki Stefanoff, Noelle Bucher, Olivia, Peter New, Rachel Smith, Rebecca Locke, River, Rochelle Harker, Sadie Cashmore, Sally Galula, Sammy Duke, Sarah Bell, Sarah Deacon, Scarlett Scrimshaw, Scarlett Scrimshaw, of course, we said that right the first time. Serena Painting, Simon Mords, Subi Lynch, Sophie Chivers, Stephanie Catraccia, Stephen Chicken, Tamsin Smith Harding, say it with me, Tina Lindsay, Trina McSay. You guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.